Think about it for a second. How stuff just arrives.
Yeah.
You know, your coffee, that book you ordered, the bits that built your house, they all journeyed.
Mm-hmm. It's this massive, almost invisible web.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today, that web.
That's right. You asked for it, so we're doing a deep dive using your notes, actually, into logistics, transportation, warehousing, and packaging, all interconnected.
Yeah, so our mission really is to kind of unpack these big ideas, not just what they are, but why they matter so much, in the everyday.
Trying to make it clear, engaging, without getting lost in the weeds.
Okay, let's start big picture then.
Yeah.
Logistics management. What are we talking about here?
Logistics management. Okay, so at its heart, it's about orchestrating that whole physical journey.
Right.
Planning it, managing it, executing the flow and the storage of materials, plus, importantly, all the information that goes with it. It's a key part of the bigger supply chain picture.
So it's not just random movement. There's a goal. Your notes mentioned these 6 rights. Sounds important.
Oh, they are. Very. The 6 rights are like the guiding principles, getting the right product to the right customer, right place, right quantity, right time, right cost, and crucially, the right condition. And the tricky part, trying to get all 6 right at the same time. Sometimes getting the right cost means, well, maybe not the perfect right time or even condition. No. It's a trade-off.
Yeah, sounds like a juggling act, a constant one. So what kind of activities does this actually involve day to day?
It's pretty wide-ranging. You've got inbound transportation stuff coming in.
Right.
And outbound finished goods going out. Then there's managing the fleet, reverse logistics that's handling returns, repairs, that kind of thing.
Okay. Often overlooked.
Definitely. Warehousing strategy, how you physically handle materials, fulfilling orders, designing the whole network, controlling inventory, and coordinating with third-party providers, too. Lots of moving parts.
So yeah, way more than just the trucks and sheds we see. It's a whole system. Why is getting this right so vital for a company?
Well, it hits the bottom line, for starters, and reputation.
Also,
if you ship economically, safely, on time, costs go down, customers are happy. Simple as that.
Makes sense.
A smooth supply chain, which good logistics enables, means fewer hiccups. And happy customers, getting stuff on time, in good shape. That builds trust, reputation, drives growth.
And technology must have just revolutionized this field. Your notes mentioned IT's impact.
Oh, absolutely. Fundamentally changed it. Real-time tracking now.
Right, like GPS.
GPS, IoT sensors on packages, complex software. We can see where things are pretty much instantly. Optimize routes on the fly, predict delays.
Oh, wow.
It gives companies incredible visibility, better service, and yeah, like you said, often big savings on transport costs.
Okay, you mentioned inbound and outbound logistics earlier. The car factory example in your notes really helped clarify that. Could you walk through that again quickly?
Sure. So imagine a car plant. Inbound logistics is getting all the parts to the factory. Engines, seats, tires, electronics, from all different suppliers. Transporting them, storing them correctly, getting them to the assembly line just when needed, that's inbound.
Okay.
Outbound starts when the car is built, getting that finished vehicle from the factory out to the dealerships and then to the customer.
That coordination must be immense.
Exactly. Think if the seats didn't arrive on time, the whole line stops. Or if finished cars just piled up, it needs meticulous planning for both flows.
Yeah, you could really see the domino effect, right, which leads us perfectly into transportation itself. Obviously a huge piece of this.
Absolutely fundamental. Transportation is, well, the actual moving of goods, point A to point B. It's the bedrock of the whole supply chain network.
Without it, nothing moves.
Nothing moves. Simple as that. A good system keeps materials flowing.
And a good system. It's more than just having trucks or trains, isn't it? What makes it truly effective?
Yeah, it's the management side. Careful planning, precise execution, things like scheduling shipments efficiently, figuring out the best routes cost and time-wise, managing freight costs, choosing the right carrier for the job, tracking shipments all the way, even handling individual parcels effectively. It's all part of transportation management.
Your notes also mention 2 main functions. Product movement, obviously, but also product storage, using vehicles for storage. That was interesting.
Yeah, it's a bit counterintuitive, maybe. But vehicles can act as temporary storage. Think of a truck waiting at a distribution hub before the final delivery. Or, like the note said, goods moving constantly in a pipeline. They're in transit, yes, but the pipeline itself is also, in a way, storing that product as it flows.
Right. Now let's get into the different modes, the ways we actually move stuff. Your notes listed 5 main ones, each with pros and cons. Let's start with road.
Road transport. Trucks, mostly. The big advantage. Flexibility.
How so?
Well, roads go almost everywhere, right? You can handle full truckloads
Yeah.
or smaller shipments, and carriers don't need to build the roads themselves.
True. Convenience.
Big time. But the notes were right. Service quality can be inconsistent. Delays happen, traffic, weather, and there's maybe a higher risk of damage or loss, especially with those smaller loads.
Okay. Next up, sea transport. Big ships. Global trade vibes.
Exactly. Sea transport is the absolute king for huge volumes of bulky, often lower value stuff. Think coal, oil, grain, ore, across oceans, rivers, canals.
Massive capacity.
Unmatched. But it's slow, really slow compared to other modes, and very susceptible to weather messing things up.
Right. Then there's rail, kind of the workhorse for heavy stuff overland.
Spot on. Rail is great for heavy loads, farm products, coal, raw materials over long distances inland, and it's pretty cost-effective per unit. But it's less flexible than road. You're tied to the tracks, and it's generally slower, still, for long-haul bulk. Very important.
Very economical.
Okay, and if you need speed above all else, air transport.
Air is the fastest, no question. Ideal for time-critical stuff.
Right.
Like emergency premise to keep a factory running.
Yeah.
Or high-value goods, perishables maybe, that need to meet tight deadlines. The downside.
Cost. It's by far the most expensive mode, and very sensitive to fuel price changes.
Makes sense. And finally, pipelines. A different beast entirely.
Totally different. Pipelines are the slowest mode, but they're incredibly efficient for moving liquids and gases continuously. Crude oil, natural gas,
Right.
big upfront investment to build them, of course. And you might get some minor losses, shrinkage, but once they're running, super steady, cost-effective for those specific products.
And your notes mentioned combining these, intermodal transportation. Sounds smart.
It really is. Intermodal means using 2 or more modes strategically for one shipment to get the best of each.
Like truck, then train, then ship.
Exactly, that kind of thing. Truck picks up a container, takes it to a rail yard, train moves it cross-country, truck takes it from the rail yard to a port, ship takes it overseas. It's all about optimizing the whole journey using the best mode for each leg.
Okay, so goods are moving, but they often need to stop somewhere before the final delivery. That brings us to warehousing. It's not just a big shed, is it?
Definitely not. A warehouse is a purpose-built commercial space for storing goods. All sorts of businesses use them. Manufacturers, importers, wholesalers.
Right.
Usually large open buildings, often in industrial areas. You'll see loading docks, forklifts, racking systems, all designed for efficient storage and handling.
And why do businesses need them? It's not just hoarding stuff, right?
No. Warehousing serves key functions. It helps manage seasonal ups and downs, store extra stock when demand is low, or when you produce in bulk.
Oh, okay.
It supports bulk production efficiencies, lets you hold inventory so goods are ready when customers order, timely availability, and it can even help stabilize prices by managing supply.
And there are different types of warehouses, too. Your notes listed quite a few. Can we touch on the main ones?
Sure, you've got private warehouses, owned and run by a company just for their own stuff.
Okay.
Then public warehouses, they offer storage services to anyone, basically. You pay a fee. Good for flexibility. Government warehouses run by agencies, maybe for grain reserves, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes available for private use, too. Bonded warehouses, these are special. Licensed by customs, you store imported goods there before you pay the import duties, often near ports.
Ah, makes sense.
Cooperative warehouses owned by a group, like farmers' co-ops, for their members' use, more affordable storage.
Okay.
Automated warehouses, very high-tech. Robots, computer systems doing most of the storage and retrieval. Less human involvement.
Wow.
Climate-controlled warehouses, essential for sensitive goods. Maintaining specific temperatures, humidity for things like frozen food, flowers, electronics.
Right.
And lastly, distribution centers. These are a bit different. The focus isn't long-term storage, it's speed. Goods come in from suppliers, get sorted, and go out quickly to customers. High throughput.
That really shows how specialized warehousing has become.
Okay.
Final piece we looked at, packaging. Once goods are ready to ship out, it's more than just making the box look nice, I assume.
Oh, much more. Looks matter for marketing, sure. But in logistics, packaging is primarily about protection.
Protection.
Yeah. Designing the containers, the wrappers, to shield the product from damage, contamination, spoilage, during handling, transport, storage, all of it.
Your notes broke packaging down into 4 stages in logistics. Can you walk us through those, maybe with the examples?
Stage 1 is product packaging. That's the very first layer, the individual item, like the the small box or wrapper around a single bar of soap.
Okay, the immediate container.
Exactly. Stage 2, master cartons. You take a bunch of those individually packaged soaps and put them into a bigger, stronger box. Easier to handle groups of them.
Right. Like a case.
Pretty much. Stage 3 is the unit load. Now you take several of those master cartons and combine them into one big unit, usually on a pallet, maybe shrink wrap together.
For forklifts and efficiency.
You got it.
Yeah.
Makes moving large quantities much faster. And the final stage, 4, is containerization. Taking those unit loads, often on pallets, and putting them inside those big standard metal shipping containers.
The ones you see on ships and trucks.
Precisely. For secure, efficient transport over long distances, especially using intermodal options.
So, yeah, from the little soap wrapper all the way to the giant steel box. It's all about protection and efficient movement. Really highlights how all these pieces, logistics, transport, warehousing, packaging, fit together.
Absolutely. They're not separate things. They're deeply interwoven. They are the backbone of the supply chain.
Yeah.
Every element is crucial for getting products, everything we use, from where they start to where they end up, safely, efficiently, and ideally on time.
It's amazing when you stop and think about the journey of even simple things like that soap bar. Makes you wonder, though, with supply chains getting so complex, so global, which part of this whole interconnected system do you think might be the most vulnerable, to disruption?
That is a really important question for you to think about. Given how much we rely on these intricate flows, where are the potential weak spots? Is it a bottleneck in transport? Not enough warehouse space somewhere critical? Maybe even a shortage of packaging materials? Thinking about those vulnerabilities, those potential breaking points, it's incredibly relevant today.
Indeed. And if any one part of this discussion today, logistics, transport modes, warehousing types, packaging stages, sparked your interest, definitely dig deeper. There's a whole world within each of these concepts that keeps everything moving.